Ian the Train Book Kid Shows and Song Kid asks, will you be at Strasbourg Railroad for 611? Did you know Katarina Kitty Cat is my friend? Do you think you will be riding 765 next year? And do you think you'll be riding 1225 next year? Well, firstly, I did not know Katarina Kitty Cat was your friend. But for the other three, it's gonna be a no to all three of those because of life issues. Not to mention, I live all the way down Louisiana, and it'll take quite a bit of time to get all the way up to Strasbourg, Pennsylvania. So yeah, sorry bud. Diesel17K asks, I would have to say my favorite Frisco engine is the 4500 Meteor. What do you think of it? Well, I do like the 4500 Meteor, you know? The only real gripe I have about it, though, is the way they put a box on it that covers up the bell on the front completely. But other than that, I really like 4500. It even has a sister locomotive, 4501. New England Railfan Productions 2019 asks, will you ever steam again or run? Why did BNSF abandon you from excursion service? Oh wait, they care about 2926 too much. Well, that's not really the case, dude. You see, before they even started restoring him, they had to retire me first, mainly because of a crack in my flue sheet that was practically damaged beyond repair, not to mention rising insurance rates. So, yeah, if I do run again, it's not going to be anytime soon. Do you think you'll be headed out to C4501 as LNN 1593? Train Guy 4449 is also going to see it, because it has the same sounding whistle. Wish I could come, but I live in Massachusetts. I had thought that you were besties with Jessica, and then you got married with her, and then Autumn became your bestie. Wait, can trains get married? Okay, hold that thought. Number 1, Jessica is my sister, we cannot get married. Number 2, we never became besties, just close friends. And number 3, Autumn is my best friend. And practically, Autumn actually kind of has a hatred for Jessica. I'd rather not explain what it's about. So yeah. Also, what's your Discord account, LOL? Mine is AFT SB4449 USSRF Fan 4014. Also, would you want 4006 to be restored? Well, number 1, many people have asked me this, and I'll say this. I do not have a Discord. Also, I would want 4006 to be restored if it had the money, but number 1, there's already one big boy running, and number 2, it would probably bankrupt the rest of the Union Pacific Steam team to restore a second big boy. Not to mention they're already trying to restore 3985. One more thing. Have you noticed that Milwaukee Road 261 and 1225 have similar whistles? I have noticed that actually, the difference being that 261's whistle is slightly higher pitched than 1225's. The PRR Foamer asks, do you want to leave where you currently are and run again? Favorite PRR electric, and favorite Strasbourg locomotive? Well, for starters, you'd better believe I want to leave the Museum of Transportation and get rolling again. But I can't because of my cracked flue sheet. Also, my favorite PR electric would I would say the G1 normally, but they had a few other locomotives, like a Crocodile, I believe, which I do find interesting. Not to mention, my favorite Strasbourg locomotive would probably have to be Great Western number 90, because hey, it's a decapod. And 1630 pulled frickin' 150 empty hoppers at one point. So I like Great Western 90 because of its strength, apparently. Autumn K asks, Frankie, do you like me, bestie? Okay, so I'm gonna try my best to not get in trouble with this answer, so... As a best friend, most definitely, you'll always be my best friend. But as in the other like, as in like? Maybe? Anyway, Joquin Love asks, hey Frank, what's your opinion on those air quote deadbeats? 2, don't let those air quote deadbeats come near me. And 3, how's it going? Well, since you've asked me this question so many times already, no offense, I'm just gonna go ahead and say what's on my mind. Once, like for starters, if they hurt your friendship like that, then they never were your friends to begin with, though I can't judge them because I've never met them personally. 2, I'll try not to let them get near you, even though I don't know them. And 3, I've been doing well. How about you? Joe Trains 1225 asks, are you still doing those Train Sona animations? Will you make more Roblox videos? And do you have model trains? And can you show them? Well, I do have a bunch of Train Sona animations planned out already, but I don't know when or if I will ever get to them. And yes, I plan on doing more Roblox videos, I just don't really have the time to do it right now because of life issues. And 3, I did have model trains, but I'd rather not explain what happened to them. Trainwreck asks, I'm going to get a Pierre Marquette 1225, Lionel Legacy, and help my grandfather so I can get $1,000. Are you happy for me? Of course I'm happy for you, Trainwreck. Though, you've been planning to get 1225 for a while now, so when's it gonna happen, no offense? Diesel17K asks, again, how would you feel if 4449 got re-lettered into the St. Louis and Southern livery? I've never heard of it ever working for that railroad, but I am pretty sure it would be interesting either being an American Freedom train, the livery you explain, or the all-black livery again, though I'm curious to see what it would look like in that livery. Oh, and also, I've actually had dreams about me double-heading with him from time to time. I think that would be awesome. NS8098 fan asks, can you make a rant video of your imposter? I'm sorry, but I'm not the kind of person to do rant videos, because not only would that make me lose subscribers, but that would also bring me down to the level of my imposter. Not to mention I want nothing at all to do with him at this point, since TrainKid4501, aka TrainKid1593, confirmed it was indeed Pixel Slug. So I'll leave it at that. TrainKid4501, aka TrainKid1593, asks, do you have Discord? I've already said this once, but no, I do not have Discord. Though I might get one. Who knows? DarkPeach421 asks, do you like Plane Rock 124? Honestly, never heard of them, so I can't give an answer. Nickel Plate Studios asks, thoughts on Ode to the Genesis? I've watched that video, and I absolutely love the ending. I like the fact that several of those Genesis diesels who were saved out of the deadline are now working with Nathan, Jesse, Anthony, and the others. Not to mention, it is a very good send-off to the General Electric Genesis in general, because I grew up with them, and it's really sad to see them going away in 2022 when those Chargers take over. NS8098 fan dared me. I dare you to kiss Neo Yoku. Excuse me, but didn't I say no love dares in episode 4? B&M Steam production task. If you could have saved any one of my siblings, which one would you have saved? If you could have saved any Frisco Pacific, which one would you have saved? Which do you like better? BN, GTW, or ICRR? And this one is a dare. Paint yourself in Penn Central colors and stay like that for 2 weeks. Well, if I had to choose, I would probably have saved Lily because of her sweet and caring persona, which honestly is a lot like Autumn's good side. And if I could have saved any Frisco 462, I would have saved 1066 just out of randomness. And I think I like Illinois Central the best since I live in Illinois Central Territory. And you're kidding, right? Fine, I'll do it. At least I don't get hurt. Well, this is embarrassing. Anyways, Hayden Robinson asks, When did you first hear of the Titanic tragedy? What do you think about grasshoppers? Have you watched the movie Runaway Train? And lastly, I dare you to say I like trains. And by the way, ConrailFan76 hates me. Well, I actually first heard about Titanic when I first got into ships as a kid. I also had a Titanic model, which I never really did finish, actually. I think grasshoppers are pretty cool. We get a lot of them by the ton down here, and despite them being a bit of a pest, they are really cool. Sadly, no, I have not seen Runaway Train. But hey, on a more positive note, I don't think it's that Ian actually hates you. It's just that you need improvement on your series, that's all really. And also, okay, I like trains! Plymouth Ruckenberg's OC Wilbur, aka Strasbourg89, sent me another dare. He says, "Greetings from Strasbourg, Frank. I just want to see if you're up for a little yet semi-simple challenge. I dare you to try to make it from the National Museum of Transportation all the way to Strasbourg. Sounds kind of easy, but just be aware that the weather and other freight trains can be a bit of an issue. Best of luck." These are the kind of challenges I like. Though as much as I hate to say it, my very perverted brother Jerome did set a distance record back on the Frisco. The point being, I think I still got it in me. Let's do this.
Nearly there. Nearly there.
Frank, we are here.
Are you sure, driver?
This looks a bit grassy to be Strasbourg to me.
Come on, Frank. There aren't any real videos of you in Strasbourg, so let's just say it's plot convenience.
Driver, stop breaking the fourth wall.
Whatever. Just trying to give you some encouragement, that's all. We are here, after all. Thank God. Let's just go on to the next dare.
NS1066 fan asks, can you do the rest of the video, Outback Railroad Frank? And I dare you to get beaten up by NS8100. Well, I would do a video about that, but I don't have any ideas for that as of yet. And also, here we go with me getting hurt again, but okay.
Excuse me. Ow.
Trainman3985 asks, if you were a Bristol steam engine, what would you be? What are your favorite type of Canadian engines, both steam and diesel? What are your thoughts on the F125 and the Siemens Charger? Which Genesis do you like more, P40 or P42? In terms of train, haven't you seen What Do You Hope in the Scene in the Future? Do you think Lionel should reboot or continue Lionelville? Also, I dare you to turn Kitty into a My Little Pony character. Well, sadly, when I typed up Bristol's into my phone, it only showed vacuum cleaners, no offense, so I just assumed it's a misspelling of British, so my British form is a Great Western Railroad Hall class locomotive. My favorite Canadian locomotives are both from Canadian Pacific. The steam engine is the Royal Hudson, known as the Empress, which is unstreamlined. And my favorite diesel are the E8s that the Canadian Pacific used to use. Firstly, I have to say it is sad that the Siemens Chargers will be replacing the Genesis locomotives, which, speaking of which, I can't really say that either one is my favorite. They're both my favorite, I'll just say that. But anyway, it is sad that these Siemens Chargers will be replacing the Genesis on most long-distance trains, which for some reason I think will not work because they were built for inner-city work and not long-distance. And as for the F125s that Metrolink uses, I think they have an overall better appearance than the Siemens Chargers. I would honestly rather see them replacing the Genesis because they honestly look more like a train. And I'm sorry, Siemens Charger lovers, but honestly, the Charger looks a lot like a city bus on rails. No offense. Honestly, I don't have much planned for future rail fanning videos. My only real plan is to hopefully ride the Sunset Limited at some point in time, and that's really all I have planned at this point. Plus, I do think Lionel could reboot or continue the Lionelville series. It is a pretty cool little series. And also, not much of a Brony fan, but this is gonna be fun. B&M Sting Productions is probably gonna kill me. Anyway, Cameron the Hedgehog and Inkling asks, do you like Milwaukee Road 261? Have you seen my engine in real life? And do you want to be in my Clinchfield Northwestern Railway and play as Frisco 1630? And I dare you to make me triggered as Milwaukee Road 261. Well, I really like the 261 to be honest. Like, I do like the way the front of the cow catcher is made and the front of the smoke box that gives it a pretty half-streamlined appearance, if you know what I mean. I've not seen 261 in real life because, again, I can't really get up there at the moment. It's a long way away. And of course I could play a 1630. Any Frisco engine will be fine, and probably any other steamer or diesel. Honestly, I'll be happy to voice as anyone. Sorry if I'm stuttering, can't help it. Anyway, of course I'll be in your series. I'd love to voice. Plus, I'm not really the kind of person to trigger someone on purpose, but okay.